Hi everybody, this is Oksana. This video is going to be about bails using half round wire. So this bail right here, I know that this pendant is not finished, but it's just about the bail. I've had a very good question about keeping these little wraps nice and tight so they don't have gaps between them and they don't have separation. Oftentimes that happens throughout you making the bail, and so I'm going to give you all my little tips and tricks to prevent that and to keep it nice and tight like this. So first let's talk about the wire, because that's kind of part of the equation and it does make a difference. So for the actual frame that I'm using, so for my wires that I'm going to be wrapping my bail around, these are square wires. You can use round wires, but then they're like a little bit more slippery because they don't have those edges and corners to catch the weaving wire, or in this case the half round wire that I'm making the bail with, and so it tends to slide around more on round wire. So for the least, kind of slippery wire, for the most tight wrap of your bail, it works well to have square wire. This is 20 gauge square. This is my frame that I'm going to be working with to show you the bail on. And now let's talk about the half round wire. So this right here is 24 gauge half round wire, which is very thin like this. Now you can use a thicker gauge. I know some people like to use thicker gauges because it's easier to see which side is flat and which side is half round. It's because it's a very thin wire. So the thing is, the 24 gauge I find works best in terms of not spreading out when you bend your bail into shape. So the thicker the wire, the more I feel like it spreads and forms those little gaps. So if that's a real problem for you that you're trying to avoid, try a thinner wire. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here with this 24 gauge half round wire, and the first thing I'm going to do is just bind my frame together and then make the bail. The reason I'm starting here is because usually it's that same piece of wire that's used for both. You don't, cut yourself a new wire. You just kind of start here and then progress to your bail. So what you want to do is make sure all your wires are lined up nicely. They're not crisscrossing or anything like that. And then with the flat side down, half rounded side up, you just wrap several times to kind of hold that frame together like so. Let's push this down. And then I personally like to just take that little tail end and just tuck it through here. That way when I trim it off, it's least likely to unravel. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone now. So this is a point at which you would be starting to make your bail. So different designs call for different positions of the bail. Sometimes it's a front 2 wires, sometimes it's a back 2 wires, or the middle 2 wires. It doesn't matter which. I'm going to demonstrate on the front 2 wires, but I'm pretty sure almost all these tips will apply to either one. So my first tip is, it can be tempting to just take these front 2 wires and just really bend them forward a lot to get them, away from the other wires so you can get in here. But if your issue is the bail wires getting too separated and having too many gaps, the more you bend the wires that the bail is on, the more of a chance they have to kind of move around and separate. So I like to only bring them forward the littlest bit. This is kind of how they're going to be when I bend my bail. So they're going to remain like this, and then it's going to curve and then curve down. So you're just kind of trying to aim for the bail shape that you're going to have in the end and not bend it too much. But you do need to move these other wires out of the way because it's going to be really hard to get in there. There's not a lot of room. So it depends on the design that you're making. Sometimes these wires, they might go backwards here. So just kind of go with wherever they need to ultimately end up for your design. A lot of times the wires kind of go on the sides like this. So you can just go ahead and do that to move them out of the way and get them kind of prepared for where they need to go next. This gives you more access to your bail wires here. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to take a closer look at these bail wires. See how mine are kind of spread out? You don't want them to be spread out. You want them to be next to each other. It's okay if they end up spreading out here at the top, but you want them being next to each other here on the bottom where you're going to start wrapping your bail. And another thing that's important is that because this is square wire, it has flat edges and it has angles, and you want the two flat edges facing you like so. And then, you know, here's the angle you can see, here's the other flat edge. Because if the wire is twisted, I'll actually demonstrate, since mine isn't, I'll demonstrate what that looks like, just so you can know what to look out for. So let me just kind of take my wire, give it a little twist here. Okay. So say this was happening, and you notice that one of the wires is flat and you have the flat edge facing you, and then this wire isn't like that. Let me zoom in even more so you can see. This wire has the corner facing me, so it's not lined up correctly. So then you would just take your pliers, and I know I'm just like leaving all kinds of marks in my wire right now, but you would take your pliers and you would bend that wire back in the direction it needs to go. So in my case, it's kind of tilted a little bit to the right, so I need to tilt it back to the left. Okay, so you can grab and tilt the wire. These marks, they'll be covered up by the half round wire, so don't worry about that. So once you have the flat edges together like this, and then you have the wires side by side as well, that's when you can get started now wrapping the bail. So to do that, we're using the half round wire, which is currently connected to the spool, and because of that, we need to turn the piece and guide the wire. So let's just pull it, just straighten it out here, make sure it didn't get twisted. It's still the half rounded side up, the flat side down. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this wire, we're going to guide it as we turn this whole piece, and we're going to do just a few wraps around these two wires. So I'm just kind of pushing it down, holding it with one hand and turning the piece, and that kind of coils the wire around. I'm kind of pushing it as I do it to minimize the spacing and the gap. Okay, one more time. So I did about 4 wraps probably. So one thing that typically happens when you first start your bail is typically a little gap forms, at least for me, on one of the sides. So see this little tiny gap right there? That's very normal, and what you want to do is you want to grab your pliers, and it's easier to do this when you just have a few wraps, when you just got started. It's going to be much harder to fix this once this whole thing is complete. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to push down on it, especially focusing on this edge here where the gap is. And see how I closed up that gap? And then what I want to do is I want to get in here and I want to press on that. So press on those few little wraps that we've made to kind of flatten them down. And then I'm going to push it down again. So now there's no more gap. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a few more wraps. So I'm guiding. If they get spaced out, I'm pushing with my finger to make sure that each little wrap is lying down next to the other wrap. And I'm just doing this. for a little bit longer. And then if it's looking good, there's no spacing. If there is spacing, just kind of push this down, get rid of that spacing, and then press down on this with your pliers to flatten it. Flattening it kind of locks it in place, so it's less likely to move on you. Okay, and then just keep going like that, little bits at a time. And then press down on that. Like so. So you just want to do that for the length of your bail. I prefer my bails to be about 3/4 of an inch, like this length. If that's 3/4 of an inch, for me that makes a good size bail. Not too small, not too big, but everyone has their own preferences for the size of bail that they want to make for their specific purpose. So feel free to just do this for whatever size bail you need to make. So once you're done with that, you just trim your little wire according to, you know, your design that you're doing. Generally you would trim the wire here kind of on the back, or sometimes it's on the front if your bail is, you know, done with the back wires or something. And then you just press down on everything. Okay, so at this point you should have a bail where all of your little wraps are tight next to each other, because remember we went a little bit at a time, then we kind of tightened it up, pressed down on it. So at this point there should be no issues. The issues generally start to happen when you curve and bend this. That's when they can separate. Okay, but because we're using a thin wire and we pressed it down nicely, the chances of that are really low. But to minimize the chances even further, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of push down here and hold this tight with our pliers to prevent these to be able to move in that direction. Okay, and now we are going to shape this into the bail. I like to just kind of bend this, but sometimes people use something to bend it around, and that's totally fine. If you have like a little tool that you bend it around to shape your bail, here you can see the curve is happening. So I've bent that kind of all the way here. And now when I let go, there is going to be a little gap there because, you know, my pliers were here. I could only bend it so far. But hopefully at this point, you didn't get any separation because we were holding tight here to prevent these wires from being able to go down here. So hopefully yours is looking like this and you don't have any separation. And now we literally have just the tiniest little distance here to go. So that should be fine. I literally just press down on this like so. And typically, again, depending on your design, but typically these wires would go through the frame from back to front. And you would just kind of follow whatever design you're making, whether it's, you know, whether you do something with these wires or you just wrap them around the edges to lock them in place. I'm just going to move them to the side so you can see the bail clearly. So here's my bail. You can see the little wrap is nice and tight. There's no gaps or spacing. This is kind of what we tend to be going for. So those are all my little tips and tricks. I guess there's a tiny little bit of space here at the tippity top, but this is very normal. This is like very little, I would consider. And what you can do is you can just take your nail or a tool and you can just push that closed, which basically just moves it further down, and then you can go to the next little wire and push that, and then to the next little wire and push that. And as you can see, by doing that, we're basically moving this little gap. I did kind of make the little gap bigger, but it also is moving it down one little wrap at a time. So by doing this, you can move the gap either all the way down if you're patient enough and you want to go all the way down, or just away from the top and just to the back where it's going to be less visible. Like so. It kind of like got spread out here when I got to the back, so now you can't even really tell. But now we don't have that gap on the top anymore. And then here is what the front looks like. So those are all my tips when it comes to half round wire bales and avoiding gaps in your wires. I hope that this was helpful to you. If it was, please leave me a like down below and don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.